True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Greg, Arizona basketball has a big home stand this weekend. UCLA and USC both come to town. One of these teams, huge surprise, USC. The other one, UCLA, underachieving a little bit, but you know they have the players. This could be two really competitive basketball games Friday and Sunday.
I think the typical Arizona fan thinks they're going to sweep.
Right.
I don't think it'll be that easy.
No.
You know, I didn't know a thing about USC. I didn't even know the names of most of their players until about early December. And one day I turned on the Pac-12 network, and Kevin O'Neill said, "I think USC can win the league." And I went, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
So I started doing some research on him, and he's right.
You know what? They're super long. They're super athletic. I think they play a fun, player-friendly style.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for a team that at least is kind of the mirror image of Arizona right now, it's USC's. USC's very, very up and down. Arizona is still very grind, rebound, putback, lots of that.
Grinders against the Flyers.
Exactly.
I like that Elijah Stewart, their sixth or seventh man. He comes off the bench shooting. He's one of the best six men in the league in the last 30 years. No one knows who he is.
Nobody knows. Well, and it's because he plays at USC. I mean, this is a program that sold out their game against UCLA last week. It was their first home sellout since 2011.
Yeah. And he quietly stockpiled those players.
Yeah.
And they're all L.A. area players, and he's got three more coming in that are really good. They're going to open the season next year, I really believe, in the top 10.
Yeah, and you know what? He's doing it with good assistants who know the area. I mean, he poached Tony Bland away from San Diego State. He is starting to develop his connections within Los Angeles now that he's been there a couple of years. Andy Enfield is doing in my mind, surprisingly, very good job.
Oh, yeah. What strikes me about USC and how people are caught unaware by this, when Arizona played there a few weeks ago, I went into the USC press conference after the game. There were 6 people. Wow. 6! They'd just beaten Arizona in 4 overtimes. There were 6 people. If you go into a Sean Miller press conference after they win a home game against Petersboro State, there are 28 people in there.
Exactly. There used to be 7, but we hired Michael Lev away from the Orange County Register.
That's right, yeah.
So, now we talk about UCLA. To me, this is the sporting event of the year in Tucson every year.
Used to be.
Still is. UCLA comes to town. This is, I think, the aspirational program in all of the West.
Good word.
If you're Arizona, if you can beat UCLA in McKale Center, it has been a good year. But this is not your typical UCLA team. Underachieving, about 500 in conference. Strange to watch.
UCLA can beat anybody if Bryce Alford shoots 9 for 14 from the field. But like against Oregon last week, he shot 3 for 13.
Right, they can lose to anybody if Bryce Alford shoots 3 for 13.
Right, he dominates the ball, and if one of every 3 games he's on.
Right,
if he's on here, it's going to be a fun game.
Is he underappreciated because he's the coach's kid, or does he get the looks that other players won't get because he's the coach's kid? Both. Yeah.
I think if his name was Joe Smith, we would never talk about him right here.
Probably not. No. He's interesting though, and Arizona fans obviously probably still hate him for that game-winning three-pointer that he hit last month when Arizona lost to them at Pauley.
Oh, he was wide open.
Yeah. We're talking about villains here now. The list of UCLA villains all time.
He's not even on the list.
I mean, Ed O'Bannon, Charles O'Bannon, Derek Martin, Don McClain, Reggie Miller. But another big showing from him, and if they could walk out of McKale Center with a win.
He's on the list.
He's on the list, right?
Oh, if they win, yeah.
I'd say Shabazz Muhammad. Shabazz Muhammad was on that list for a little bit.
He just didn't have enough. He needed one more year.
One more year. Yeah. Exactly. Greg, is UCLA a tournament team?
I looked at it yesterday and thought no, because I still think they're going to lose about 3 more league games.
Right, but their strength of schedule is something that's very good.
You know, they shouldn't have got in last year.
Right.
And they were probably the last team in. This year maybe it'll reverse.
What's funny is I think I always give UCLA the credit for having all the best players. Now, I don't know if that's the case today, but if they were to slip in as like a 13 seed, who'd bet against them?
Yeah. The same thing happened the last 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting. A big weekend of basketball in McKale Center this weekend. Arizona takes on USC and UCLA. That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, who is on your all-time list of players you love to hate?
Reggie Miller, Don McClain. They were 1-2.
1-2.
It's a long time ago, but They had staying power.
They had staying power. Sounds good. I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.